So in today's video, I'm going to go over a high lift jack. I know there's a huge controversy, huge problems that people have with these jacks. Off-road, organizations sometimes don't even allow you to carry a high lift jack. And I'm here to tell you that they're not as scary as they're made out to be. These are like the AR-15 of the off-road community. People see these jacks and they're like, oh my God, he's going to kill himself one day. This jack can help you out on the trail, and I'm going to go over 5 ways that it'll help you out, and I'm going to show you a couple ways that it might save your life. So before we get started, always be wearing gloves, always oil the mechanics of your jack, make sure it slides freely on the bar. It shouldn't bind up at all. Okay, so first thing we'll do, everybody knows it's hoist capabilities, right? Always stay out this triangle of death. This triangle right here will kill you. It'll cause you to get a full set of dentures if you're not freaking careful. Okay, so always use 2 hands after you get the jack started. Okay, number 1. Number 2, you can use this out on the trail to break this bead. Let's say this valve stem got ripped, something like that, air down the tire, you need to get to the inside to replace it. High lift jacks, used off your rock slider or bumper or whatever. You can break these beads and get to the inside of that tire or inside of the wheel to replace your valve stem. So it's another good use for it. So if you turn the top of your jack like this to where this jaw is in line with that jaw down there, theoretically, because your jack can lift 4,400 pounds, you just turn this into a 4,400 pound clamp. So it moves fairly easy. You can clamp stuff together. You can move stuff on the trail. Let's say you broke the stud on your leaf packs to where your axle will kind of shift forward or back, and you needed to move it back into place to limp it out on the trail or whatever. You literally just hook your jack on your axle and maybe like up in here and use it to kind of come along your axle back into place, so you can put like a ratchet strap or something to limp you out of the trail if that's what you need to do. Another use for it, especially if you got a flatbed or something like this, if you move this spare tire and you laid your tie rod on the top of your flatbed or even down on the bottom, you could use that to clamp between here and the top of your flatbed and bend tie rods, or you could kind of use it like a vise too. You could clamp stuff in place like a drive line, and you're working on the U-joint out to the side out here if that's something that you needed to do. I mean, yeah. So clamp number 3. So I've never done it personally out on the trail, but you can use this as a winch or a come along. Hook a shackle through here, chain, shackle through there, chain or strap, and you can use it as a come along the length of the bar. Would it be my first choice? Absolutely not. Always make sure that you have a winch, a good working winch on your vehicle, especially if you're going out by yourself. But in a moment of my winch failed or my winch line broke, I don't have the things to fix it. Could it work? Absolutely. So that's number 4. All right, guys, here's number 5. Break the jack down to its parts and pieces. This bar has many uses. I'll actually give you a bonus one after this. But this bar, say you're wheeling with somebody, broken axle shaft, C-clip axles, like on Jeep Cherokees, wheel starts to come out, take the bar, use ratchet strap through here to the lead pack. You can limp this out on the trail, it'll hold the tire in. Other uses for the jack, pull your handle out, use it like a cheater pipe. You could sleeve your tie rod with it. Just the parts and pieces alone from this jack have 1,000 uses. So here's a super bonus tip for all you Toyota guys, because I'm a Toyota guy. That's all I work on, right? So length of tie rod from from hole to hole on your high steer arms is really close to the length of this bar. Okay, so if you dropped a bolt through here, down through your high steer arm, bolt through here, down through your high steer arm, could you use this as a tie rod to get you out of the Rubicon or back in a trail where you're a long distance away from any help? Absolutely. Okay, and don't forget, you learned that here. Hey guys, so this is what sets this jack apart from any other jack, and this is why I carry this particular jack on my truck. Not an ARB jack, scissor jack. I do carry a small bottle jack, but a bottle jack cannot do this stuff. In a moment of emergency, let's say you were wheeling with somebody, they rolled their vehicle, okay, they did not have a roll cage. It's pretty common in the off-road community to wheel with people that don't have a cage. Is it right? No, it's not, but it happens. Okay, when something happens and that vehicle rolls over and you need to spread the roof away from them to extract them out of the pickup, this is what sets this jack apart. This is what's going to save your life. Not only can you spread the roof apart, if roll cage failed, something happened in here, this bar comes down, now I have, like back here, a 4,000 pound spreader. Okay, this spreader can lift the roof up, it can pull the steering column off of somebody's lap, it can break the mechanics of the seat back here, you know, like spread between here and the seat to lay the seat back as far as it possibly can if somebody was injured in here. So this is where people don't realize the value of this jack. Okay, they sell like fire rescue jacks specifically designed for this. Could you use your, you know, old school farm jack for this? Absolutely. Okay, so in conclusion, all right, we went over different uses of this jack. Everybody shows you common uses for this jack. I hope that I showed you guys something. I hope you learned something today from this jack that could save your life. All right, would I ever want to use this jack in an extraction situation? No. It's like an AR-15. I hope to God I don't ever have to use it. But when that day comes, if I needed to use it, I know the capabilities of this jack, and having it is better than not having it.